Should he beat Mario Barrios on July 19th in Las Vegas for the WBC strap, he wants to set up a super fight with Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
But yeah, man. So like again, all those fights, they're like prepared me for this moment. I'm
coming back because, like I said, boxing is always my passion, and I miss boxing. I really love exercise, and I really miss boxing.
Is Gervonta Davis versus Manny Pacquiao locked in for December 2025? Speculation is swirling around a potential showdown between the undefeated Tank and the iconic Pac-Man. While there's no official word, excitement is mounting rapidly as fans wonder if Pacquiao is plotting one last return against one of the sport's top names.
One of the most explosive lightweights of our time, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, against one of the most feared and ferocious explosive lightweights in history, Manny Pacquiao. Both men are southpaws and use genius traps to get their opponents to drop their guard and set up hard punches that end the night. While Manny Pacquiao was more of a volume puncher, we all know Gervonta "Tank" Davis was a one-punch knockout artist. Manny Pacquiao also had to chop trees down because he went up in weight throughout his career. Gervonta now is still at what looks like is his natural weight, so he's still able to use that power. Both men used amazing angles. Both men also used amazing momentum punches, meaning they would wait to the last second and then step in and catch the opponent coming at them, and it'd be like a high-speed collision. Tank Davis was great at creating openings to land that one-punch eraser, while Pacquiao created openings in a different way. He would do it by throwing lots of punches and really throwing variations from head to body, but the result would be the same. Both men would stop or knock out their opponents. If prime Pacquiao fought prime Tank Davis at 135 or 140, who wins? Tell me in the comments.
Mario Barrios has shown both admiration and pragmatism before Manny Pacquiao's upcoming return bout. For him, it's more than a fight. It's a pivotal moment in his career. Taking on someone like Pacquiao, a global icon, means proving himself to the world. Barrios knows that training for Gervonta Davis is no simple task. Davis shares Pacquiao's build, but brings explosive speed and scary knockout power. Barrios realizes Manny has a tough road, and that reality fuels his drive to train. Like a true contender, with Davis possibly looming next, the pressure couldn't be higher.
I think I could take a lot from that fight, actually, man. Like the way Tank, the way he closes his distance, the way, he worked off his speed, similar size. I think Pac might be a couple inches taller, but yeah, man. So like again, all those fights, they're like prepared me for this moment. I got to be ready for this fight, and just going back, taking what I can, from those fights as I always have, and then just work on everything.
Manny Pacquiao made it known that Gervonta Davis is the type of fighter he wants to square off against. Davis isn't just another big name. He's the kind of test Pacquiao lives for. Still, Manny won't risk his legacy recklessly. He's firm that the bout must happen at either 145 or 147 pounds, divisions he's most comfortable at. This isn't about ego, but precision. Pacquiao understands his body at this point in time and knows moving Davis up to welterweight would balance things out. It's a veteran's move, one focused on competing and winning.
Any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If you want, and if you come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
145 maybe. Not a problem for me. I'm an experienced fighter, so.
Tank Davis replied with exactly the boldness you'd expect from a top-tier contender. He laughed off any doubts about facing Manny Pacquiao and boldly claimed he's ready anytime, anywhere. Davis didn't mince words. His tone was clear and confident. He's not in this for attention or money. He views this as a true test and wants to meet it head-on.
Just saying him and then fighting somebody like Pacquiao is give me hope for sure. It doesn't matter who I fight, it doesn't matter. As long as I put on a great performance whoever I fight, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that
At 46, Manny Pacquiao is battling more than just critics. He's defying time itself. Most fighters his age have long since retired or taken safer roles in boxing. Pacquiao's comeback brings valid concerns: slower reflexes, lower stamina, and higher risk of injury. Meanwhile, Davis is in peak physical form, creating a major gap in age and athleticism. But Manny's edge lies in wisdom. His control, timing, and savvy have helped him conquer youth before. Still, time remains an unforgiving enemy in every single round he enters.
Something like a pro wrestler to an extent. You ain't gonna get the fights you want with this dude. You gonna get him fighting Mexicans and gimmick fights like this. Now the sad part in all this is, in my opinion, is this fight is crazy enough to happen. It's gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna do good sales. But not only is it box office and big business, in my opinion, if promoted right. Looking at this motherfucker's resume, this is probably his toughest fight. In my opinion, a 45-year-old Pacquiao will be the closest thing to a 50-50 fight Tank's been in. And that's sad, that's fucked up, but it's the absolute truth. This is the closest thing he's been into a 50-50 fight, a 45-year-old Pacquiao. Me personally, I don't know what Pac-Man has left in the tank for me to say that this is going to be competitive. Comes to age, speed and reflexes are the first thing to go. Explosiveness are the first things to go. So off youth and explosiveness alone, Tank should be able to beat the old man. But the fact that this is even up for debate is sad, man. Like I said, stop looking at Tank as a star as a regular fighter. Look at him as an attraction. When he fights, expect to see the bitches come out. Expect your casual friends to hit you up, talking about parties and let's.
Showtime's Sean Porter, a respected figure in boxing commentary, recently highlighted the massive economic stakes of a Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Davis clash. In his view, it could rival modern PPV giants due to its generational pull. Pacquiao delivers legacy and international support, while Davis draws younger, fast-paced viewers. This contrast of past and present creates a potentially legendary fight night. More than just profit, it could also breathe fresh life into boxing, attracting longtime fans and exciting a new wave of followers.
I'm just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? It got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at a heavier weight class. Then he could come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Can't fight Lamont Roach, take a knee, draw, grease and eye.
Pacquiao didn't leap blindly back into the ring. Before announcing his return, he floated names like Ryan Garcia, Conor McGregor, and Gervonta Davis, all major box office attractions. This list wasn't about fantasy. It reflected sharp promotional instincts and elite ambition. Pacquiao wasn't returning for nostalgia or easy wins. His only interest lies in headline-worthy challenges. His camp knew today's boxing thrives on buzz and viral moments. Dropping those names sent shockwaves, proving that this comeback was strategic and serious.
So I'm not sure how true this is, but supposedly Manny Pacquiao's coming out of retirement. And these are the three names that he's interested in fighting. And now of these three names, which one do you think is the best matchup? Conor McGregor, that would just be a money grab. Everyone knows Manny Pacquiao's skill level is way above Conor's. Tank Davis? Nah, Manny Pacquiao would get knocked out by Tank Davis. I'm telling you right now, Tank would catch him, and Manny's going night-night. Now, Ryan Garcia is the fight that makes the most sense in my opinion. If you guys remember, this fight was heavily rumored at one time. And I think it might even been booked at one time, but it fell through at the last minute. And it makes the most sense to happen. Ryan Garcia is a big name currently in boxing. Style-wise, they match up perfectly. And it's a fight that could go either way. If Ryan Garcia wins, he adds a big name like Manny Pacquiao on his resume. And I know he's coming out of retirement, but still, that's Manny Pacquiao. And if Manny Pacquiao wins, he adds to his legacy and inserts himself right back in the title run. So again, these are just rumors, and I don't know if Manny Pacquiao's really out of retirement. But if he is, the fight that makes the most sense is Ryan Garcia.
Inside sources in the boxing world suggest that talks for a Pacquiao versus Davis clash are going beyond casual interest. Both teams are reportedly examining real logistics. Still, Everything hinges on how Pacquiao performs against Barrios. If he wins big and stays healthy, the Davis fight becomes a strong possibility. For now, there's cautious hope, but no green light yet. The fact that credible insiders are acknowledging real movement adds serious momentum to what could be one of boxing's most watched announcements.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve
Just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? It got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at your weight class. Then he could come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Can't fight Lamar Roach.
During recent media appearances, Pacquiao kept his tone measured. He didn't claim this comeback would lead to multiple fights or a farewell tour. Instead, he stressed taking it step by step. Yet he didn't rule anything out either. His carefully chosen words hinted at something bigger. It's clear Pacquiao wants to see how he performs and feels against Barrios before deciding what comes next. But by not shutting down the idea of fighting Ryan Garcia or Gervonta Davis, he's kept speculation and excitement very much alive.
Manny, when you beat Barrios, what's next? Are you going to fight Ryan Garcia, Haney, Lopez, Gervonta Davis? Are you ready to go through these fights?
One at a time.
But you want those guys?
We'll see. We'll see. I always, I cannot say after this like I'm going to fight like that, but one at a time. After the fight, we can see, we can talk like.
Oscar De La Hoya, another ring icon turned promoter, didn't shy away from voicing concern. He warned that pushing a 46-year-old body through intense training and a high-level bout could be dangerous. De La Hoya stressed the need for recovery and long-term health, noting that Pacquiao is more than an athlete. He's a global personality with duties outside the sport. His warning wasn't competitive, it was compassionate. In his eyes, Manny's comeback is a bold risk with unclear reward.
You're 46 years old. You have to remember that. So give your body some rest. Rest right now is Manny Pacquiao's friend in between training, in between sparring sessions. There's no shame in taking a day off or two, Manny. Trust me. Let your body relax, let your body rest. He'll do fine. He's experienced, he's got obviously the power, because it never leaves you. The speed I'm a little worried about, but I think, look, Barrios is a live dog. He's a world champion, and he's no slouch. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I wish Manny all the best. I'm not sure who's going to win. I really haven't seen Barrios, but I think Barrios, I mean, the youth is obviously with him in his corner.
Critics have raised alarms over this bout's sanctioning, particularly because of Pacquiao's age. Many believe the WBC should have intervened more cautiously. Davis is a heavy puncher, and that alone brings serious risk to someone in their late 40s. There's also concern about the short time span between two major bouts, facing Barrios and then potentially Davis. The narrow window for rest and recovery has prompted experts to question the wisdom behind this scheduling.
Anyway, and Tank Davis. First, let's start with Manny and Tank. That fight's even more trash than this one because Tank Davis is a way better fighter than Mario Barrios, bro. Tank Davis would send Manny Pacquiao. That's not a good look. So Manny can call it out all day. I'm sure PBC would love to make that fight. Tank Davis, if you and your team watching this video, bro, anybody that's rocking with Tank watching this video, that's beneath you, bro. That man's 72 years old, bro. He about to get hands put on him by Mario Barrios anyway, in my opinion, so I don't think it matters. But even if he was to somehow win and defeat Mario Barrios, I would not want to see Tank Davis take on no damn Manny Pacquiao, bro. That shit would be all wrong.
Robert Garcia, a veteran trainer with deep respect in boxing, didn't sugarcoat his views on Pacquiao's next steps. He warned that Davis's youth and knockout skill set pose a dangerous threat to Manny. Garcia isn't dismissing Pacquiao's greatness. He's simply concerned for his future. He believes that after facing Barrios, Pacquiao should consider calling it a career rather than gamble on another perilous fight. Garcia referenced pre-pandemic warning signs, suggesting this comeback could prove too costly.
What happened before the pandemic?
Manny's gonna fight Tank after that.
How would they fight? Tank's 135 probably.
Catch weight, 43, 44. Yeah.
Who wins that one?
I think Tank.
Why did they want that fight?
It's a big fucking fight. It's a huge fight, Ellie.
Who do I cover in that fight?
Huh?
I like both of them. But
cover both of them.
For Manny Pacquiao, this comeback isn't about staying busy. It's about legacy. He's only targeting two names, Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. One bout would close a historic chapter, the other would hand off the torch to a rising star. Pacquiao's choices show he's focused on meaningful battles, not padding a resume. His mindset is legacy-driven, calculated, and completely clear.
Earlier today, they were talking to Manny Pacquiao, and Pacquiao says he only wants to come back with 2 fights. Floyd Mayweather rematch, or he wants the title of Gervonta Davis. He's calling out Gervonta Davis, YouTube. What do y'all think about this? Manny Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis, showdown. How would this go? Who do you think would win, and would it be great for boxing? I think it would. Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis will be a smasher, will be a banger. Might break some records because Manny Pacquiao's fame and Gervonta Davis's fame. This would be a good match. I hope this happens. YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe.
Despite his undeniable ability, Gervonta Davis continues to face backlash for what fans consider cherry-picked opponents. His fight with Lamont Roach Jr. fueled that narrative further. Many in the boxing world questioned the matchup and even demanded a rematch. Critics argue that Davis needs to take on more dangerous or proven rivals to truly silence the doubters.
Running out of available options for meaningful fights that look realistic in the here and now, right? He tried to fight Lomachenko. Loma said he didn't want to fight, so that fell out the window in 2024. Maybe it can be revisited. Rayo just lost to Gary Antoine Russell. I was looking at Rayo as a possible Tank foe. We do know that Team Tank reached out to Team Rayo at a point. So fast forward to the future stuff. So for me, I think this is great for Tank Davis because now you can rob the bank twice, run it back. Fans feel a type of way, which we'll talk about more. And you get to, like I said, rob the bank twice, run it back, get the clarity that boxing fans want, and then you can worry about the next move. Now, this is funny. I tell you guys all the time, there's a lot of low quality content in the world of boxing, right? The usual suspects. The resist.
Mario Barrios is far from just a tune-up for Pacquiao. He's a serious threat. With hunger, skill, and ambition, Barrios is aiming to cement his name in history by taking down a boxing legend. For him, this isn't simply another bout, it's a defining opportunity. Even if he loses, standing toe-to-toe with Pacquiao raises his stock in the global boxing landscape.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, easily.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit.
Yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And, so, yeah, most of the time, small partners, they were dudes. But, I mean, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious until I was, like, 17.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC World Champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think
Pacquiao's strategy is sharp and deliberate. He's not rushing straight into a mega fight with Davis. By facing Barrios first, he's testing his fitness and knocking off ring rust. Only if that step goes well, will he chase Davis next. Davis, too, has his own rematch obligations. The timing could align perfectly. This slow build-up shows that Pacquiao isn't being reckless. He's preparing for the biggest challenge methodically, using each fight to sharpen for a potential super bout.
At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your